It's so incomplete for me to talk about emotional safety without talking about what emotional safety is not. You know what emotional safety is not is like, it doesn't mean that there's absence of conflict. It doesn't mean there won't be conflict in your relationship. Healthy couples still fight or get annoyed, but safety means knowing how to repair the breach afterwards. How do you repair? The repair is so important because in how you repair, it tells your partner if you love them or not. Because when you're angry and then now you start storming, breaking things, smashing walls, nobody will feel safe around you. I personally would want to run. I don't want to ever see you again. And what another point that emotional safety is not is there's not total agreement. You will not always agree with each other, and that's okay. Your partner does not have to agree with your perspective. Just respect that you are allowed to have it. All of us were raised in different homes, different parents, sets of parents. Some of us were raised in different countries, and then you marry somebody raised in another country. So of course there will not always be total agreement, but you can reach a compromise. So in what emotional safety is not, again, the third point is not a guarantee of perfection. It doesn't mean you have to have a perfect relationship. Some people think that because we have emotional safety, so we have perfection. No, perfection does not exist. Safe partners still make mistakes. They just commit to listening and changing course when hurt occurs. The rupture, how do you deal with the rupture? And how do you build on emotional safety? Validate before fixing. Honor boundaries and regulate reactively. And what does it look to validate before fixing? Acknowledge that your partner's emotional reality. I see why that hurts you before trying to solve the problem. And how do you honor your boundaries? How do you honor your partner's boundaries? Accept requests for space or limits on intimacy without guilt tripping or punishing the other person. Oh, because you didn't give me intimacy last night, so I'm going to punish you for the rest of the week. That is wrong. And also regulate reactivity. That means practice pausing before responding so your partner feels heard rather than cross-examined. For me, usually when there's a conflict, I always say I'm a tortoise. I always hide in my shell. I need to process what happens before I respond. Because usually when I respond straight away, I may regret the words that I've spoken. So I'd rather process it, and usually I'd rather sleep over it and not respond straight away. So yeah, emotional safety can be created if you don't have it. And if you're with a violent partner, a narcissist partner, it's usually difficult to create emotional safety because people like this don't have the capacity to build emotional safety. So I hope as a domestic violence practitioner, I've taught you something about emotional safety and you've got something to look to work on. I wish you a good day.